Hi everyone, we're going to look at how to do equations and inequalities that involve the distributive property using these parentheses here and a number out front to multiply into it. So for the first one, what we're going to do is we're going to get this back to what we're used to. We're used to two-step equations when there's no parentheses. So to do that, we're going to multiply this 4 into our parentheses to everything on the inside. So the first thing, 4 to the first part, which is 4 times the negative 6x, would make it negative 24x. 4 to the next part times a negative 6 would be a negative 24. And that equals negative 168. And now we've made a distributing problem into a two-step equation. Circle the variable, can't touch that, get rid of the constant. Plus 24 to both sides. That's gone, so we get negative 24x on the left side, equaling this would be negative 144. When we divide this by negative 24, we get our answer. So dividing that out here should be, I believe that is 6. Let's just double check. Yep. So x equals 6. Now, these steps apply for any equation with parentheses like this when variables are all on one side. It could be any letter at all. It could be x, it could be n, it could be h, it could be anything. It's all the same steps. So for the next one here, let's do the same thing. Let's take this number out in front of parentheses and let's multiply it in. Negative 7 times 1 is negative 7. Negative 7 times a negative 13 is a little bit tricky. I know it's going to be positive because there's two negatives being multiplied. So 13 times 7, well 7 times 3 would be 21. 7 times 1 plus 2 is 9. So it's going to be 91. So plus 91n. Bring down the left side, 903 equals. Now we're back to a two-step. Circle the variable, move the constant, plus 7, 910 equaling 91n. These 7's are gone. Dividing by the 91 will give us n. This is just 10. So same kind of steps as before, just a different letter, some more negatives, no big deal. A couple more here. Let's look at the next one. Take this negative 2, multiply it in. Negative 28h. Negative 2 times negative 15 would be a plus 30. Equaling negative 250. Back to our two-step. Circle the variable, move the constant. We get negative 280 equaling negative 28h. Divide both sides by negative 28. And we get 10 again. 10 equals h. Now, if you want to check this answer, you certainly could, like we've checked before with other kinds of equations. Just take your answer, plug it into the original equation, always the original, and show that both sides are equal. So this is the left side, this is the right side. So the left side is just negative 250. The right side is much more complicated. Negative 2 times 14 times 10 minus 15, all in parentheses, times negative 2. Okay, so we do order of operations. So negative 2 times 140 minus 15. So negative 2 times 125. And you shouldn't just assume that this works. Definitely don't want to assume. But this is going to work because 125 times 2, if you do all the work here, 2 times 1, 250. So this is negative 250, which is the left side, which means we did it correctly. So you can always go back and check your equations if you're not sure if you got the right answer. Now for inequalities, it works the same way, basically the same steps as an equation. We're going to get the letter by itself, so we're going to multiply this 9 in, so 9 times 12. Off to the side here, I'm going to do 9 times 12. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 1 plus 1, 108. So 108 minus 9 times 11g, so that would be 99g. Bring down the symbol, bring down the number on the left. This is a two-step inequality, so we're going to circle the variable, get rid of this 108. So this would be negative 198. I'm going to slide this over a little bit so I got more room. Negative 198, keep the symbol, is greater than or equal to negative 99g. Okay, I want to get g by itself. I'm going to divide both sides by a negative. When you're dividing by a negative, the symbol is going to flip the other way. It's going to point the other way. The g is still on the right side. Dividing this gives you actually just 2, which is pretty nice. If you want to put the variable first, you can certainly do that. Flip this whole thing around. Just make sure you also flip the symbol. So that's how you do it for inequalities. Same idea. I can do a couple more here just to kind of give you a bunch of examples. Multiply this negative 10 in, you get 60. Negative 10 times that would be 70y, positive. Greater than negative 150. Here's our variable. Let's get rid of the 60. It's positive, so we subtract it. Get negative 210 here. Bring the symbol down, bring this down. One more step to get y by itself. And you got it. Notice how we didn't flip this one because we didn't divide by a negative. 70 is positive, so the symbol stays the same direction. Only dividing or multiplying by a negative flips your symbol. One more here. Let's multiply in first. Negative 6 plus 18x is less than 246. Back to our 2-step. Let's add a 6 over. So 252 and 18x, bring down the symbol. Let's divide both sides by 18 to get our answer. This one, to be honest, I don't know what that is, so I'm going to do some long division. 18 goes into 25, or 0 times, 25 once. 25 minus that, 18, would be 7. Bring down the 2. 18 goes into 72. Well, 36 goes into 72 twice, so 18 is half of that, so it must go in twice as many times, so 4. So 4 times 18 is 72. Boom, there we go. So x is less than 14. And there we have it. That's how we've solved these distributing examples for inequalities and equations. Basically the same steps, just make sure if you divide by a negative, it flips the symbol the other direction.